All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, all honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah, Quitash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who have taught me this truth and who rule well in this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and mercy unto you, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You are the true chosen people of the book of the Bible. All right, so I have this article, all right, from the People's Voice, all right, and the title of this article, it reads, UN official blows whistle on imminent Israeli nuclear false flag. All right, so, you know, as we're reading here, right, we're getting ready to see what happens. Let's see what comes of this. All right, UN official blows whistle on imminent Israeli nuclear false flag. World War III is next. Yep, World War III is next. All right, we're basically already in World War III. All right, it just hasn't been officially declared as World War III yet. All right, and this is what the true prophets and the true servants of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai have been prophesying about, man. For years and years and years and years and years, we have been telling you about World War III. We have been letting you know and warning you that World War III is coming because it is prophesied all throughout the Bible. All right, we have been warning the elect to come back to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai before nuclear destruction falls and rains upon this earth, man. And now you see it, man. Now it's here. All right, like the scriptures say, the third woe cometh quickly. Woo! All right, let's get it. All right, because it only took a little bit more than 100 years for 3 world wars to happen. Just a little over 100 years, man, for 3 world wars to happen. All right, let's get it, man. Roast that. Revelation 14. All right, and I think it's the 11th verse. No, matter of fact, it's Revelation 11. My bad. Let's get it. Revelation 11, and I think it's the 14th verse. Yeah, I had it backwards. All right, so this is Revelation 11 and 14. It says the second woe is past. The word woe means destruction. All right, the second woe meaning the Second World War. All right, the Second World War is past. All right, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. The Third World War. All right, we already have World War I and World War II. And the scriptures say, behold, the third woe cometh quickly. It came quickly, all right. We already here. We are already here, and we have been prophesying about it. All right, letting you know, man. Warning the elect. All right, to come back to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. All right, we've been warning you. We've been warning the elect and the non-elect. All right, but we know the 2/3, the non-elect, is going to reject it, and only the 1/3, the elect, is going to take heed and come back into this fold, to come back to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. All right, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. That's right, it came quickly. All right. It came quickly, all right. We already here. We're right here. It's at the door. We're already in the door. It's just things hasn't really popped. Well, it is. It's starting to pop off now. All right. So it says UN official blows whistle on imminent Israeli nuclear false flag. All right. World War III is next. All right. So let's read this article, see what it's talking about. All right. You know, I just read this part. I didn't read the whole article, all right? But let's get into it, all right? It says a senior United Nations diplomat has resigned and blown the whistle on what he claims is an imminent Israeli nuclear false flag operation targeting Iran. And you know, that's the way of Esau Edom. You know, deception, causing false flags, right? That's what 9/11 was about. 9/11 was a false flag, right? So that America has a reason to go overseas, right? Join a war, create a war, right? You know? So it says a provocation, he warns, could rapidly escalate into World War III, and World War III is rapidly escalating. All right, things are already rapidly escalating, man. All right, the Lord is allowing prophecy to move quickly, man. Very quickly. Things are happening very, very fast. All right, a senior United Nations diplomat has resigned and blown the whistle on what he claims is an imminent Israeli nuclear false flag operation targeting Iran. All right, and you just had Donald Trump talking about we're gonna blow Iran out the water within the next few weeks. We're gonna turn them back into a stone age. All right, what does that sound like? Nuclear missiles being dropped, nuclear warheads being dropped. Matter of fact, I already got it. All right, let's get it. I played the video right here for you.
I've made clear from the beginning of Operation Epic Fury that we will continue until our objectives are fully achieved. Thanks to the progress we've made, I can say tonight that we are on track to complete all.
And this is coming today, as you see right here, April 1st, all right, 2026, from ABC News, right?
All of America's military objectives short.
Let's rewind it real quick.
I've made clear from the beginning of Operation Epic Fury that we will continue until our objectives are fully achieved. Thanks to the progress we've made, I can say tonight that we are on track to complete all of America's military objectives shortly, very shortly. We're going to hit them extremely hard over the next 2 to 3 weeks.
We're going to hit them extremely hard over the next 2 to 3 weeks.
We're going to bring them back to the Stone Ages where they both.
We're going to bring them back to the Stone Ages. What's that sound like? Nuclear destruction. But hey, guess what? When that happens, guess who's coming right behind? Right after that happens, Russia. All right, the bear. All right, to fulfill what? Ezekiel the 38th chapter. All right, because Russia's Iran's ally. You're not fucking with Iran, man, and Russia's not going to do anything, man. All right, Ezekiel 38 is at the door, is at hand. You ain't gonna drop a nuke or something wild crazy on Iran, and then Russia just gonna sit behind. No. See, nuclear destruction is coming upon Iran and Israel, man. America, oh, bro, shit about to pop off real crazy, man. Like we've been warning you and telling you about. All right?
Well, in the meantime, discussions are ongoing. Regime change was not our goal. We never said regime change, but regime change has occurred because of all of their original leaders' death. They're all dead. The new group is less radical and much more reasonable. Yet if during this period of time no deal is made, we have our eyes on key targets. If there is no deal, we are going to hit each and every one of their electric generating plants very hard and probably simultaneously. We have not hit their oil, even though that's the easiest target of all, because it would not give them even a small chance of survival or rebuilding. But we could hit it, and it would be gone, and there's not a thing they could do about it.
All right, so you see, man. All right, he said we about to turn them back into the Stone Age. That means they about to drop something crazy on them. But once that happens, guess what's going to happen? Here comes Russia, fulfilling Ezekiel the 38th chapter. All right, let's go back into this article. All right, So it says a senior United Nations diplomat has resigned and blown the whistle on what he claims is an imminent Israeli nuclear false flag operation targeting Iran. See, when you see, if you're paying attention, if you're not living under a rock, all right, if you're paying attention to news and what's going on in the world, right, you're not paying attention to sports, right, you're not watching TV, you know, if you can see who the true prophets of the Heavenly Father really are. Have we not been telling you this, man? All right? It is very evident, very, very evident who the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord are right now. All right? And you still got people that are fast asleep, bro. They have no idea what is happening, what is going on. Right? They're getting ready to celebrate Easter. Right? A pagan holiday. All right? It says Mohammed Safar, or Safat, right, stepped down from his position on Sunday. All right? Which was, a couple days ago, 3 days ago, right? It says in a explosive public statement, Safar accused the UN of actively preparing for the use of nuclear weapons in Iran. You see? All right, and we just had what? I just showed you Donald Trump talking about we about to put Iran back to the Stone Age. That's nuclear weapons, man. All right, in a explosive. Listen, you elect out there, you have to come back to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai now. Yahweh, the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shai, the name of the Son. And you got to go through Yahweh Shai to get to Yahweh. All right? Those are the names you bow down to. Those are the names you call upon. Those are the names you ask and beg and weep and cry for mercy, compassion, and salvation for, man. Because nuclear destruction is on its way. Listen, when you read, let's get it. Joel, right? Because Joel, the second chapter, talks about what? The nuclear missiles, all right? The ICBM missiles carrying multiple nuclear warheads, right? So that's why it says, let me find it real quick. Where it says the Lord is, yeah, all right? Because when you read verse, really from verse 1, right? All the way down to verse 11, it's talking about the nuclear missiles. And that's why it says in Joel 12, therefore also now, save the Lord Yahweh, turn ye even to me with all your heart. Yeah, because you don't want to drown in nuclear fire. So the Lord is saying, therefore also now, save the Lord Yahweh, turn ye even to me with all your heart, and with fasting, and with weeping, and with mourning. So that's how we turn to the Lord, all right? With all our heart, with fasting, with weeping, with mourning, with crying, asking and begging the Lord day in and day out, weeping and crying unto Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai for salvation, mercy, compassion, a more diligent spirit, more knowledge and wisdom and understanding of his word. We're supposed to be crying. You don't want to get caught up in that nuclear destruction. All right. Therefore also now saith the Lord Yahweh. Therefore also now saith Yahweh, turn ye even to me with all your heart, and with fasting, and with weeping, and with mourning. We're supposed to be crying, dog. We're supposed to be crying and weeping and mourning on another level, man. All right. to the point where we crying, man. Because if you really truly believe that nuclear destruction is going to reign on this earth, you would cry and weep and beg for mercy and compassion, for salvation with exceedingly great fear and with exceedingly great trembling. All right? This is how we're supposed to turn to the Lord, man. All right? Because this is reality. This is the truth, whether you like it or not, believe it or not. All right? Nuclear destruction is going to reign upon this earth, especially here in America. If you're not of the elect, all right, when these nuclear missiles hit America, you're going to drown in that nuclear, because all of America is going to be destroyed. All right, because what is it, 5,000 square miles America is, right? Let's get it. How many square miles is the USA? Let's get it. It says the United States has a total area of approximately I thought it was am I bugging? The United States has a total area of approximately 3,796,742 square miles, all right, making it the third largest country in the world by total area, behind Russia and Canada. Let me ask let's get it real quick. How many square miles is the United States? Okay, yeah. All right. So you got 3,796,742 square miles. All right. All of America, all right, all of this, all right, is going to be destroyed. From New York to California to North Dakota to Texas, America, all of America is going to be destroyed. There's not going to be an inch or a centimeter that's not going to be destroyed. So if you're here in America, when those nuclear missiles hit, if you're not of the elect, you're going to drown in that nuclear fire, in that nuclear destruction. All right? So it says in a explosive public statement, Safa accused the UN of actively preparing, all right, for the use of nuclear weapons in Iran as part of a larger scheme influenced by a powerful lobby. Yeah, the elite bankers, right? A larger scheme influenced by a powerful lobby, the elite bankers, all right? He declared that he could no longer remain part of an organization he believes is complicit in engineering catastrophic military escalation. Yeah, it's being engineered, man. It's all part of a plan known as the Albert Pike and Mazzini blueprint, or the Albert Pike and Mazzini plan, right? Everything's all being engineered, but it ultimately is prophecy. It has to play out like this. All right, no matter how it plays out, it plays out how it plays out to be fulfilled, man. Right? It says he believes is complicit in engineering catastrophic military escalation. Yeah, everything's being engineered and manufactured. This war is being purposely escalated for World War III by the elite bankers, right? It says one that risk dragging the world into a nuclear conflict. All right, and it's not a matter of if, it's just when. It's getting ready to happen very, very soon, because it's biblical prophecy. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. You can't stop prophecy. All right. The Lord said, my word shall not return unto me void. Right. It says, I don't think people understand the gravity of the situation. They don't. The people don't know what's going on, man. They don't know prophecy is being fulfilled right before their eyes. Everybody, everybody's acting like everything's all normal, man. Nothing is normal right now. All right? I don't think people understand the gravity of the situation. As the UN is preparing for possible nuclear weapon use in Iran, people really don't know what's getting ready. They don't know that nuclear missiles, all right, nuclear destruction is getting ready to rain upon this earth. See, the normal average person wakes up, still wakes up every day, going to work, coming back from work to home, and going about their everyday business, sitting on the couch, watching TV, going to the gym, whatever, man. Niggas still trying to become rappers, make something of themselves here in America. Not knowing that, bro, we're living in a very great and prophetic time. All right? What the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord have been prophesying is getting ready to pop off. It is popping off. All right? Niggas don't even know. People don't even know that nuclear missiles are getting ready to be dropped on this earth. All right? It says this is a picture of Tehran. All right? He wrote in a post on X alongside a photo of Tehran. All right? So this is what Tehran looks like right now, right? And pretty soon it's going to be a desert. Like Donald Trump just said in that speech he just made. All right, we're going to blow them back to the Stone Age. Right? Let's see what this man's post is saying. It says, I don't think people understand the gravity of the situation as the UN is preparing for possible nuclear weapon use in Iran. This is a picture of Tehran for you uneducated, untraveled, never served war hawks licking your chops at the thought of bombing it. All right. It's not some low population desert, all right? There are families, children, family, pets, regular working class people with dreams, all right? You're sick to want war, all right? Tehran is a city of nearly 10 million people, all right? Imagine nuking Washington, Berlin, Paris, London, or beyond, bombed with nuclear weapons, all right? This is what's getting ready to be turned into a desert, man. All right, it says I gave up my diplomatic career to link this information. All right, to leak this information. All right, I suspended my duties so as not to be part of or a witness to this crime against humanity in an attempt to prevent a nuclear winter before it's too late. All right, yesterday nearly 10 million people protested no kings in the United States. All right, the possibility of the use of nuclear weapons must be taken very seriously. It's dangerous. All right, act now, spread this message worldwide. All right, take the streets. All right, protest for our humanity and future. Only the people can stop it. All right, history will remember us. And no, the people can't stop nothing. All right, the people know nothing is going to stop the will of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. All right, it is inevitable. Nuclear destruction is coming. World War III is coming. All right, this third world war is going to be a nuclear war. All right, let's get that. All right, Isaiah the 9th chapter. All right, Isaiah 9:5, it says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. Yeah, because all throughout history, war is a bloody thing, right? For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. But this, meaning this war, World War III, right, shall be with burning and fuel of fire. All right, so this is the type of war that World War III is going to be. All right, a war of burning and fuel of fire. All right, so you can't stop it, man. All right, only the people can stop it. No, you can't stop what Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai wants to do. You can't stop the will of the Lord, and the will of the Lord is to make it rain nuclear destruction upon this earth. All right, especially here in America. All right. So let's continue, man. Matter of fact, I think he might have stated. No, all right. Matter of fact, let's see what the. Is there any comments? Oh, no, I can't see because I'm not logged in, right? Anyway, let's go back to this article, right? It says, in this letter, Safa said that he wanted to resign in 2023 as well and had been patient for 3 years. All right, so we got a letter right here that he also tweeted, right? It says, after much reflection and after it became clear to me that some UN seniors are serving a powerful lobby and not the UN, I have decided to suspend. Yeah, he can see. He sees, bro. All right, that powerful lobby is talking about the elite bankers. All right, it says I have decided to suspend all my duties as a PVA main representative at the UN and from all UN committees and groups, all right, of which I am a member. All right, so let's keep reading. It says mentioning, all right, and he got the letter right here. All right, it says let's keep reading. It says, mentioning several conflicts across the world, Safa said that some officials at the United Nations do not want to accuse Israel and the United States of violation of the international law. Yeah. All right. It says, he said that the top UN officials refuse to describe what is happening in Gaza as genocide. All right. Yeah, because they're all controlled, man. It says he said that the top UN officials refuse to describe what is happening in Gaza as genocide, what is happening in Lebanon as war crimes and ethnic cleansing, that the war on Iran is illegal under international law, that Iran posed no imminent threat to world peace. All right, but but listen, you got the Albert Pike and Mazzini blueprint. All right, the elites want this third world war, so they have to cause trouble somehow. All right, it says, and clearly they do not want to accuse Israel and the United States of violating international law. All right. Well, they probably do. It's just their puppets, so they can't, right? It says, in committing war crimes, effectively shielding decision makers from such designation, all due to pressure from powerful lobby. Yeah, the elite backers, all right? He added, Safa alleged that he received criticism when he expressed his concerns and different perspective after October 2023 when Hamas attacked Israel, which led to a war that went on for 2 years. All right, it says after that date and after the same lobby imposed a new world order, which all started in Gaza, and as I expressed my concerns and offered a differing perspective, I found myself facing a range of criticisms, all right, and allegations, he said, all right, received death threats and abandoned. Yeah, all right, once you go against the plan of the elites, all right, they out to kill you, man. When you leak, their secrets and all that, right? It says Safa alleged that he was abandoned by the United Nations and that he received death threats for him and his family. He also claimed being censored at the UN, not by the body itself, but by some senior officials who he said abused their power to serve that lobby. You see how everything is controlled by the elite bankers, all right? Safa did not name any officials in his letter, all right? The envoy even alleged, all right, that these seniors, it says the envoy even alleged that these seniors backed a misinformation campaign that claimed that Iran posed a nuclear threat and sold and sold a pro-war sentiment to encourage war against the Islamic Republic. Yeah, that had to be done. That's the Albert Pike and Mazzini blueprint, right? Early this year, senior officials and influential diplomats supported by global media and social media algorithms, all right, deployed a misinformation campaign claiming an Iran nuclear threat and sold pro-war sentiments to encourage a war with Iran, but throughout the region further their own agenda. Yeah. All right, Safa wrote in his letter, all right, it says this lobby was used to deceive you, yep, all right, into believing that Iran posed an imminent threat to world peace. All right, this was a lie, all right, and is the same tactic used to commit genocide in Gaza, and the same tactic is being used now to ethnic cleansing and the occupation of Lebanon. The UN cannot make this mistake again, all right, until the reform process outlined by the UN Secretary General is meaningfully implemented. I regret that I must suspend all my duties, he added. All right. So you see what's going on, man. All right. Whistleblower, man. All right. Come on, man. All right. So I'll leave it at that. You see what's happening. You see what's going on. All right. Things are about to happen. All right. What did Donald Trump just say, man? We about to blow him back into the Stone Age. All right. Ezekiel 38 is at the door. Listen, bro, we don't have too much time. All right. We are here. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Yahweh Shai is about to crack that sky with the angels, man. All right. We're about to see Yahweh Shai's return, man. We're about to see Yahweh Shai. We are about to see our salvation. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Ratazah. I am of the elect. All right. We are about to see our salvation, man.
I've made clear from the beginning of Operation Epic Fury that we will continue until our objectives are fully achieved. Thanks to the progress we've made, I can say tonight that we are on track to complete all of America's military objectives shortly, very shortly. We're going to hit them extremely hard over the next 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to bring them back to the Stone Ages where they belong. In the meantime, discussions are ongoing. Regime change was not our goal.
He said we about to bring them back to the Stone Ages where they belong. All right, whatever. All right, so, call her Loyam, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakar Quitash. On to the next one, Shalom, Shalom.